And that's the key that Bill W. recognized. Rather than keeping control of the organization, he said, let people who want to start other Alcoholics Anonymous offshoots in different cities do that. If people want to start Narcotics Anonymous, Overeaters Anonymous, let them. And by letting go and just having a very, very simple operating manual, right, of the 12 steps, he was able to create a starfish that is incredibly resilient.
Well, I don't think anyone's arguing that the world would be better off if we didn't have mainstream media. I mean, I think that...
Well, you kind of implied that.
Okay, well, I retract that implication. I would never have said that explicitly because, you know, I think newspapers in many cases do good work, especially when they're, you know, held to account by the blogosphere.
As an independent creator, I've gone to networks and pitched my own shows, and I have a show of my own in development with Cartoon Network. I was illegal for 9 months, like just in the legal process. During that 9 months, I could have made a whole brand, put it online, and got a million eyeballs. It's an incredibly faster process. And at the end of the day, which is the right route? I don't know. It's a new opportunity. It's a new avenue you can explore.
There's an investment of yourself into something, and that's why it's much slower to change your allegiance in terms of social networks than it is to change your cell phone carrier. You know, because there's a lot of yourself invested in that. And your cell phone carrier, there's no personal investment.
Would people like to play that for free? You know, would you like to play all your games for free? And then only really spend additional money on the ones that you decide you really like, where you really want to be part of that community, where you adopt them as part of your lifestyle, whether you're part of the World of Warcraft community, or the Madden community, or the Globs community, or the Company of Heroes community, or, you know, whatever it is that you decide to be part of. You know, those places you can get much more price elasticity. People are willing to spend a lot more money in something that they're absolutely passionate about.
Partly because when it's so competitive, clients are they're just more open. The magazines are trying different things,
and they're just looking for new and sort of fun ways than the traditional ways. You know, it's not just a media buy; it's kind of something fun that people will come back and challenge their friends, and it becomes more viral and sort of just more engaging across the board for the overall brand. And then they can sort of replicate that and take it across all their properties.
Yeah.
So.
It occurs to me that the timing couldn't have been better for a space to start to evolve that would create a single geography, a geography that everyone can go to, be representing themselves the way they feel they want to represent themselves, and be able to communicate and collaborate in ways that we never really had thought they would be able to do, to bring their expertise, bring everything that they have, and be accepted on that playing field. No passport, no travel. All of a sudden we're joining up and really just shaking hands in a virtual way and creating and working together.
300 was cool, but you don't get it in series-based production because they got to hose it down with coverage, cut it, ship it, and do it again. And I think that as people who've worked in series-based shows for most of our careers, the idea of saying, wow, we can get into that nice long, you know, 13 to 20 hours of storytelling, but have a completely new visual language to use is really cool. And I think that you know that grace under pressure, when you've got all these delivery dates, and you actually do kind of little brilliant moments that you wouldn't have achieved if you had 2 years of development. You know?
This is a generation of content creators. They love it. And if you're creating something that's for young people, that's for teenagers, have them test it out, have them look at it, invite them into the process, create a youth advisory board, get their opinion, because before you put it out there in the marketplace, I mean, they'll tell you if it's lame.
Ask me what I did at the Los Angeles Times.
What did you do at the LA Times?
I can't talk about it, it's classified. I did. And what's funny about that joke, actually, funnier, is that classifieds don't exist hardly anymore. The internet has basically wiped out the idea of classified ads. When I was at the Los Angeles Times, it was a profit center for the newspaper. They no longer, I mean, that's like this thick right now.